Hey guys, it's Stephanie. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. I have no idea when this video is going to go up or how I'm gonna do this, but I wanted to kind of film the process of this with you guys for whenever it does happen, so I can share all of the clips from along the way. By now, if you are seeing this, the title probably says something like, I bought a house, hopefully. So yeah, basically I got pre-approved for a loan to buy a house here in Raleigh. And tomorrow is actually going to be my first showing that I'm going to. I found a really wonderful team of realtors that I'm working with. And I'm just really excited to get started with this whole home buying process. This will be my first home. And as of when I'm filming this at the end of January, I'm only 24. So that's a huge accomplishment if I can buy a house before 25. My lease doesn't end here until July, so I'm definitely starting the process early. But the housing market here in Raleigh specifically, as with a lot of other places here in the country, is just like very saturated, very seller heavy. Like it's better for sellers right now. So it's hard as a buyer to find things. Like half the stuff I've set up showings for and it's sold before I can even go see it. So I'm starting early, especially just to like get a feel for what I want, but I do have my first showing tomorrow. So I'll see like what clips I can get and stuff during the showings and everything and how that'll work, because it's obviously very different than touring apartments, especially because some people still live in these houses. So yeah, I wanted to kind of start off this video for whenever it goes up. Hopefully it's going up before the summer. But I wanted to kind of just start off the vlog and kind of film as I go, as I get started with this house buying process, so I can take you along with all of it and kind of show you what the process was when I finally do put in an offer and close on a house. Right, so I just finished my first house showing. I didn't film anything because I wanted to just like really just look around, and I kind of knew that this one wasn't going to be it anyway, but it was one of the ones that I could actually go and see before it sold, so it was nice to like at least go and see it. So I was able to go see this one today. I'm mostly looking at townhouses. This one was 3-bed, 2.5 bath though, and it was just like huge. Honestly, it just felt so big, and like I just don't need that much space as one person. And it was a little like out of date. Like I would definitely need to like upgrade things over time, and it just felt like there was just a lot that I would have to upgrade in such a big house, and it would just not necessarily be worth my time and effort. So I'm heading back home now, but the first showing is done at least. So finally saw my first house with the possibility of actually being able to buy something. So I will continue to film little clips and updates for you guys as I see some more and as the process kind of goes on. It's the same day as this last clip was, just a little bit later, but I actually just had a phone call with a lender that specifically lends for a new build townhome community that they're building here in Raleigh. So it's like going to be a brand new house where I could potentially like choose some stuff. And I got pre-approved for it. So next steps are actually like going and meeting with the builder and like finding out if it's actually something I can afford. But I technically got pre-approved, so potentially getting a new build house. I honestly don't know. I'm just kind of filming clips as I do things. I'll have to film like a full sit down once everything happens. So this all makes sense probably, but it's just so crazy like how things are happening with this, and like it doesn't feel real. Like this feels like very, very adult, and I don't feel like an adult all the time. So it's about a week-ish later from the last time I filmed an update. Today I have 2 showings of 2 townhouses. One's in Raleigh, one's in Cary. and I'm super excited specifically about the one in Cary based on the pictures. Obviously until you see them in person, you don't know, but I am getting ready to head out there. They are back to back. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get any video clips of the actual houses I'm touring, and also if I end up putting in an offer on some of them and getting them, I kind of want the first time you guys see it to be like the house tour. So I don't know, I'll see what I can get, and of course I will update you guys in between the two tours if I have time and everything like that. Sorry about the weird reflection, it's super sunny today, but I am off to the first showing of the day. Oh, and also an update on the new build that I talked about in the last clip. I am officially on the waiting list. I was number 13 as of last week, and they release 2 a week. So I won't know about that for another 7 weeks, which is a long time. So I'm definitely still looking at other options in the meantime, especially because by the time I get off the wait list, who knows what the actual price of the house will even be and if I can even afford it. So obviously I will keep you updated with all of it, but now let's actually go to this house. Just finished up at the first townhouse, and I actually liked it way better than I thought that I would. Like in the pictures and everything, you know, sometimes it gets like really hard to tell just from the pictures, but it was super cute inside. Like, not, you know, I wasn't like so wowed by it that I think I'll make an offer on this one or anything, but it's definitely like good to know that I can find some good stuff in my price range. You know, you guys know that I toured that one and was a little bit like, whoa, like I don't know. But the one in Cary is up next, and that's the one I'm super, super excited about. So I will update you guys when I'm done at that one. Just finished up the showing of the one in Cary that I was really excited about on paper, and I really, really like it. There were like a couple of things that made me and the realtor a little bit nervous, like the floor was lifting up in one of the places and stuff like that. So she's gonna like pull some more information about the house and talk to one of her like contractor friends and see if that's going to be a big issue before we put in an offer. But assuming that everything looks okay on the paperwork, I think I'm gonna put in my first offer. I don't know, there's just something about this one that I really, really like. Like I just have a good feeling about this one, and I didn't feel that way when I walked into any of the other ones. So I think it's worth at least putting in an offer and seeing what happens. My realtor was telling me that Cary is way more competitive than Raleigh, but I'm hopeful. Like something just feels good about this one. Even if it's just that it feels good because it'll be the first house I put an offer on, that could be exciting. So obviously I will keep you guys updated. And I'm gonna head home now. It's a little bit later that night, the same day that I toured those 2 townhouses, and we are not going to put an offer in on that one that I really liked this afternoon, because my realtor was like looking at the comps and everything and said that this one is likely gonna go for $50,000 over asking price, which is way above my budget. So I'm not going to put an offer in on that one. It's just that time right now where it's a very competitive market. Like it's a seller's market for sure when I'm able to afford a house. So we're just going to keep looking and try and find something that I actually can afford that's not going to be $50,000 over asking price, because that's obviously way outside my budget. But we will keep looking. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty bummed. I didn't realize like how frustrating this whole process was gonna be for me. You know, half the time I see houses online that like meet my criteria in the search that I'm doing with the realtor, like on the little website they have for me, and by the time I can even get an appointment to see them, they're already sold. So it's just hard because I really want to get a house this year, and I just keep like striking out, I feel like, at every turn. So I'm gonna keep looking, and I will continue to vlog little clips of everything that goes on, so you guys can see the journey after it all happens and everything, because I'm not posting this until I actually get a house. So I will update you guys in the next clip with whatever house I'm going to a showing for next. Hey guys, it's a couple of days since that last clip, and I am going to tour another house this afternoon. I actually found it that same night that I wasn't able to put in an offer on the house, so a couple days ago. And we were supposed to go see it last night, but they canceled our showing and rescheduled it for today at 3. It is 2:15 right now, so I'm going to be heading out in like 20-30 minutes. And based on the pictures, if it looks anything like the pictures, I will be putting an offer in on this house. The realtor and I already kind of talked about it. We figured out what price they think I should offer. I got a pre-approval letter from the lender for that specific house. And if it looks good in person, I will be putting an offer on my first house today, which is both exciting and nerve-wracking. I feel like I'm already a little bit emotionally invested in this house, which is weird because I've never seen it. But just on paper, it's exactly what I'm looking for. It's like the look, the style, the location, the amenities of the townhome community. It's exactly it. So I'm very, very nervous about it. Because I want it to go well. I want them to accept my offer instead of someone else's. So yeah, I will be on my way to go do that shortly. And as per usual, I will film a clip when the showing is over, but I wanted to kind of preemptively kind of discuss it while I have some time beforehand. But this could be it, I guess, right? Like, this could be one of the last clips of this video. I guess you'll know based on how long the video is after this. But yeah, I'm potentially putting in my first offer today. Sorry if you can hear the rain and it's distracting, but I just parked. I'm waiting for my realtor to get here. It already looks so stinking cute on the outside. So I'm just like, ugh, I hope it's as good on the inside as it is on the outside. I just like I had a good feeling about the other one, I definitely have a good feeling about this one too. And like I said with the last one, maybe my good feeling is just that I'm gonna put an offer on it, and maybe that's the case with this one too. But already, like, I like the little neighborhood that's here, and it's not that far from my current apartment and far from work, so I don't know. I'm definitely like full-blown getting my hopes up for this one. So I will update you guys when I'm done. We just finished the showing, and I'll be honest, I didn't walk in and immediately was like, yes, I have to have it, like all of those things. I don't know if I ever will, to be honest, but also the roof is 7 years old already, and the like HVAC system is already 12 years old. So that also makes me a little bit nervous, because this house would really be like the top of my budget, and that makes me a little bit nervous because while I can afford more than what I'm paying in rent now, obviously that's why I'm trying to buy a house, you know, the roof and the HVAC are big expenses that would potentially need to be done within the next like year or two, especially for the HVAC being 12 years old. The roof could probably go a little bit longer, but you never know with things like that. And, you know, we are still looking at that new build, which is something to consider also, is the new build would literally be everything new. I wouldn't have to replace a roof. I wouldn't have to replace an HVAC and all of those things. So that's something to consider also. There's a lot of pros and cons to this one, you know, and I think a part of me is starting to get a little bit of cold feet at the thought of potentially putting in an offer. Knowing all the information and everything, it makes me nervous, you know? And I think that's why I'm like starting to like get a little bit like, I don't know, like start to second guess myself a little bit. So I think what I'm gonna do is when I get home, I'm gonna get a piece of paper and write out my pros and cons, and kind of just decide if the pros outweigh the cons. And if they do, then decide what am I comfortable offering, you know, considering all the things that might need to be replaced. So I will definitely update you guys with if I end up putting in an offer or not on that one. And I'll see you in the next clip. All right, so it is much later that night. I made my pros and cons list, and basically I decided to put in an offer. I have not signed the offer yet. I'm working on the paperwork now. I put in an offer on this townhouse, and I'm very nervous. I put in an offer for a little bit lower than what the realtors had said would be the most competitive offer. I'm putting in $5,000 less than that, because I just feel more comfortable with that number. And so I've given them all the numbers, and so we will be working on signing the offer tonight. They are accepting offers until tonight at 9 p.m. and it is 7 p.m. So we gotta hurry. It took me a while to make a decision. I was like kind of going back and forth, but I made my pros and cons list using my little notepad from Target and decided that the things in the pros were more important to me than the things in the cons. You know, I had an equal amount. Well, I technically had one less con than a pro, but when you look at the things that were the pros, I value those things more, basically. So it was things like location is more important to me, because you can't take a house and choose the location all the time. You know what I mean? So, and the outdoor space, it was really, really nice outdoor space. And you can't create that if that doesn't already exist, you know, a lot of the time. So it's, you know, 90% fully upgraded to be the way that I would want it, with like new countertops, nice cabinets, nice appliances, et cetera, et cetera. So, you know, that's something that, you know, is worth the money as well. And then, you know, there was just some cons about some of the things in the house being a little bit older, but I decided that I am going to put in an offer, like I said, 4 times. So this is my first official I made an offer clip. Hopefully there won't be too many more of these. You know, I'll be honest, I'm expecting not to get it based on the fact that the realtors wanted me to offer a little bit more. Well, it's not even that they wanted me to. They suggested that I offer more, and I decided not to. So I'm fully expecting to not get it, because I'm going to assume that someone's going to offer more. Especially because of the fact that there were people literally like lining up to see this house today. It was ridiculous. But I feel comfortable about making the offer at this price. So I feel good about this. I will keep you guys updated. I am literally about to click sign on my very first offer on a house. I have done a very, very poor job of vlogging today for you guys for this video, but I found out that I did not get the house while I was at work the other day, and then simply went to work the next day and never had a chance to film a clip. But basically, that house that I put an offer in accepted a different offer that was not mine. So I am back out today, touring 3 more townhouses. I was running a little bit late to the first one, so I didn't have a chance to vlog before I got there, but I saw that one this morning and I liked it. I saw a second one right after that and I liked it. And then now I am parked outside of the third one, which this third one is the one that I was most excited about on paper, but I can't really remember why they're all blurring together, to be totally honest with you. And it's the closest one to work of the three. So we will kind of see what I end up doing today. I really liked the first two. I just feel like I have to be strategic and like really go over my pros and cons list for all of them to decide, do I want to put an offer on all three? Do I want to just put an offer in one? Kind of figure all of that out. I am just waiting for the realtor now. Technically, our appointment isn't for another 45 minutes, but she said she could move it earlier because we finished the other two early. So I'm gonna finish kind of typing up my pros and cons list for the first two, re-look over the pictures for this one to remember why I was so excited about this one, and then check in with you guys when I'm done. I am home now. That last one was definitely a no. So I was going to put an offer on the second one that we saw this morning, but I went to go open the listing again just to like look it over, and it already says pending. So I don't know if I'm even going to be able to put in an offer. But yeah, I talked to the lender to like be able to get pre-approved specifically for this one, and was like getting ready to like decide what I wanted to offer, and then I might not even get a chance. So we are back to the very, very frustrating step one. Another day, another sitting in the car vlog. I am about to head out to yet another showing. I have one scheduled for this afternoon today, and then one for tomorrow. I hadn't seen pictures of the one for today until today because it didn't become active until today. And it's a little bit different of like a setup than what I have been seeing. It's a one-story townhouse, like it's a ranch style townhouse, which is just kind of interesting, you know. So we're gonna take a look at that today, and then tomorrow is just another like traditional style townhouse. Based on pictures, I really like this one. It is 40 minutes from work though, so that's obviously something to consider. But I'm excited to go see it and kind of check it out a little bit and just kind of see, you know, some other options of what's out there. I feel like if it's even remotely interesting to me on paper, I should definitely go see it. With how fast everything goes, you just never know. Like, pictures don't always do the space justice or vice versa. So I will update you guys with my thoughts when I'm done. Just finished up at the one this afternoon. It was okay. I wasn't like in love with it. It was definitely really cute, but for it being 40 minutes away, I wasn't like wowed and super in love with it to kind of make that drive 3 times a week. So the one we're looking at tomorrow is same zip code, but a little bit closer, like on the closer end to work. And it's a bigger house and everything. So that plays a role too, is kind of like, I'm willing to do a 40-minute drive if it's like exactly what I'm looking for. So, and my realtor also said she's gonna follow up with the new builds today just to kind of get some more info, kind of get an update. I'm kind of starting to lean that way a little bit. I don't know. It's hard because like nothing I've seen, you know, has, you know, lucked out for me otherwise, whereas a new build, like I don't have to compete with anyone else. Like it can be exactly what I want it to be. I can make all those choices and everything, and I don't have to get into like a bidding war with someone. So we will kind of see how all of that goes, and I will see you tomorrow. It is the next day. I am currently heading out to that other townhouse that I briefly talked about yesterday, how it's like in the same zip code, but not in the exact same neighborhood or anything like that. I'm heading over there now, and as always, I will update you when I'm done. You guys know that TikTok sound? That's like immediately no. That's how I feel about that one. That was a disaster. That's like a full-blown fixer-upper, and I just don't have the funds to do that. So the search continues. I don't know if I said this yesterday, but the realtor has checked in with the new build people, so we're just waiting to kind of hear back on an update from that. And I'll see you guys for the next one. My realtor just heard back from the new build. They're not going to release any more houses until March. I'm number 10 on the list now, which is good because I started at number 13, so I'm moving on up. But the base price has already increased by another $3,000. So I don't know. Today when I'm filming this clip, it is February 18th. So assuming they release more in like the beginning of March, that's only like 10 more days from now. So I guess we'll just kind of see. I think I said this in another clip, but like new build is kind of starting to grow on me if all these houses are going for that much over asking anyway. But I mean, we'll see what it actually comes down to and how much it actually is when I get a spot. So that is the update on the new build. It's a couple days later. Actually, I think it's technically the next day. It's February 19th. And I am going to tour yet another house again today. That's the whole point of this video. It came up on my search last night, and we were actually able to get a showing for today. And it's in, I don't have my watch on, but I keep looking. I have to leave in like 10 minutes, not even, a little bit less than that, to go head over there. It looks really nice on paper, but you just never know, you know what I mean? And it's just getting harder and harder to like walk into these houses knowing that what the list price is isn't even close to what it's going to go for sometimes. So it's just hard, you know, because you're like, oh, I can totally afford it. And then you go and you actually look at it, and, you know, the realtors crunch the numbers and they know what it's going to go for, and it's going to go for way more than you can actually afford. So that's just one of those things where it's like, I walk into all these houses and just kind of like already walk in being like, okay, can I even afford it? You know, like, am I looking at a house that I'm not even going to be able to afford? So anyway, I'm going to head over there, and as always, share my thoughts when I'm done. So I'm back, and I liked it. I really did. But I feel like after I've been burned now, like 3 times, I'm just kind of hesitant to like something. And so I think that's why I didn't leave the house like, wow. Because I just know that this is going to go over asking. And it's just like, knowing something's going to go for so expensive compared to what it's listed for is just so frustrating. And I'm just so afraid to get my hopes up. And I think part of the problem also is that, you know, I'm getting a little bit of cold feet of actually making this important of a decision and this expensive of a decision. You know, like if I put in a good offer on this house and they accept my offer, like I am buying a house and I am moving into this house. And that's something that like scares me. So I think that's also why I'm like not getting too excited about a house, because like, what if I like it and actually buy it, you know? So I'm going to look up the paperwork. I'm going to wait for my realtor to send me some stuff over and just like think on it. I kind of have already thought of a number in my head of like, I don't want to go higher than this number. So we'll see what she thinks it'll go for and what will be a good offer, and just kind of go from there. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm just like over it in a sense, because I'm just like so frustrated by this whole process, but yet I want a house at the same time. And it's just like, I don't even know what to think. Like I just am afraid to get my hopes up about anything at this point. So it's a couple hours later, and I have decided to put an offer in on this one. I was looking over the numbers, and the amount that my realtor thinks it will take, you know, obviously you never know who's going to swoop in with an amazing offer or an all cash offer or something that I simply I just cannot compete with. But the number that she said she thinks it's going to take is something I can comfortably do. So I think that's a sign that I should just put in an offer and see what happens. So I'm getting ready to sign all this paperwork now. And I will update you guys. She's going to make it like an expiring offer. So they have to make a decision by, 7 p.m., etc., something like that, to make it even more competitive. So I am going to sign all this paperwork and keep you guys updated. Here we go. Okay, so the offer is going in. It's going to expire tomorrow at noon. So if they don't accept it by tomorrow at noon, it will no longer be a thing and we will keep looking. So I should have an answer in less than 24 hours. So I did not get this house either. And that's the update. I don't have any other showings scheduled. For the meantime, I'm just kind of waiting for stuff to pop up that interests me, but didn't get this one either, so we keep going. This video might need to be split into 2 parts from how long it's going to be based on how long it's taking me to find something. Popping on here with a very exciting update. I got an email from I don't know what you would call him. He's the one that's managing the different townhomes for the new build. I got an email from him this afternoon saying they have one that has come back on the market that someone has backed out of, and the price of it is only going to be $4,000 more than the starting price of the next phase. And instead of a 2-bedroom, 2.5 bath, this one is 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath for $4,000 more. So I am working right now on getting specifically pre-approved for this one because my pre-approval, I need to get a higher pre-approval basically. And so I am in the process of trying to figure out exactly how to do that. And potentially, if that all gets pre-approved, I could be signing a contract on a house tomorrow. Y'all, I got pre-approved for that amount. So I'm literally going this afternoon to drop off my deposit for the lot, and I'm going to sign a contract on a house today. Okie dokie. All I have to do is click finish, and then I am under contract for a house. I just dropped off my deposit, so I am officially under contract for a house. There's not going to be any like updates for a while because they haven't even started building my lot. So this is going to be the end of this video. Let me know what questions you guys have in the comments, and I will continue to film things and give you guys updates as things happen. But as of now, move-in date is mid-September. So thanks for coming along on this wild ride of a video, but I am officially gonna be a homeowner this year.